each other what we took. So since I didn't read, I'm going to share with you what I took out of it. And it's literally I love this chapter because it's almost summarizes everything that we've been reading. Right? We've been reading all these chapters, we've been applying some new habits. But even if you just take a little bit of it, like you don't have to do all, you have to do a little bit of it. I'm going to share my little screen here from the iPad. And right here, this first page, right? It's telling us, and he's telling us that we have this mechanism, right? He's telling us right here, we have this mechanism that is teleological. So, I mean, it's going to go where you want it to go. So, if you're here and you want to go there, you just have to direct it where you want it to go, right? So, we already have it and it's creative. So, all you got to do, you got to give it a goal. You got to give it a nice goal, right? You supply the goal. That's you. Each one of us has to supply this goal and think of the end result. So, he's telling us on this first page what we need to do. And all we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just do it. Okay. Now, I know you probably don't believe it. You probably think it's just another book. You're probably thinking this won't work for me. You probably have all kind of reasons, right? Let go of that. Let go of that past. Because, if Sheena just read, right? We have to change the picture. We have to change the view. If you keep bringing the past, it's going to be the same. So build this new picture that you want right here on the first page, right? And here at the bottom of it, it says, think in terms of possibilities, right? I mean, you supply the goal and you, the reason you're thinking about the goal should be a sign, an indication that you can do it and you can achieve it. Now, sometimes the goal is huge and it might be a big step for us to take. So we just have to make smaller steps to get to the goal. That's the only way we're going to get to this mountain. We got to take smaller steps. So it's okay, but have that big goal, have that thing that you want. I love this chapter. It's really, really cool. I want to mention one more point, and then we'll share from each and every one of you for 1 minute each or so. Let me see if I can go to my other page. Not this one. I think it's this one. Can everybody see my screen? I just changed it.
Yes.
Superior knowledge, inferior results.
Yes.
So if it was this easy, why isn't everybody succeeding, right? It all has to do with the results. You just have to look at your results. I just have to look at my results. If I'm not happy with my results, that means my new self-image, my new paradigm has not taken effect yet. I have superior knowledge, inferior results. I just want better results. I want more money, more health, more wealth, more joy, more happiness, whatever it is we want, right? We want more results. So we get all this information, we get all these books, we get all these courses. We go to school, like I had 5 degrees. It didn't matter until I sat down on a session with Bob, a couple of meetings, some really interesting material, and he explained this to me. And he said, Kamal, all this information that you have is just in your conscious mind. Intellectually, it's available, it's just there. But there's a program that's stuck here. And some people, I was talking about that with Gary earlier in the week and maybe even today, we end up going back to where are we programmed before. So even though you might have had some success for a while, but then you can lose it because the program is there. The program never goes away. So what we have to do in this self-image, in this psycho-cybernetics, is build a new model. You got to build a new one. And this new one, in this chapter, all of you read, you got to get into the feeling of what it feels like. What does it feel like to be successful? What does it feel like to be beautiful? What does it feel like to be a legend? What does it feel like to be speaking on stage? Get into that feeling, he said all the time, because even though it's subconscious mind, it might as well be called the feeling mind. So this is what we need to do. We need to build this new image. This new image is going to tell the body what to do to get the new results. Otherwise, you're going to be reading one book after another book, after another book, after another book, and nothing will happen. You have to take this new idea that you want, this new idea, think about it, and you have to put it in here and program it. You have to program it. You have to program it in, right? So if I go to my notes here, let me do it even easier. So we have to set this idea. You have to set the idea. Set the idea. That's the goal. You have to set the goal. And then you got to program the goal. Okay. Then you want to implant the goal in your subconscious. You have to say, like, this is what I want, and you got to think about it all the time. So you have a goal, you got to program it in, you got to implant it in, and then you got to say no to everything else. You can't have a different goal every day. You got to decide, do you want money? Do you want a job? Do you want this? You got to have one goal and just go after that one goal. So you set the goal, you program it in, and you start thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. This is the repetition part. If you don't repeat it over and over and over and over, it's not going to stick. If you don't repeat it, it will not be in here. It will not be in your subconscious. It will just be in your conscious. If you don't repeat this goal again and again, it won't grow. You have to keep repeating it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. And then you get into the feelings of it, which will give the body what to do to get the results that you want. Health, wealth, whatever it is. It's not a one-time deal. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not about degrees. It's not about, you already have everything you need. You just have to fall in love with it and start feeling what you want. And he gave us a lot of examples. And that's the thing. When I figured out I had 5 degrees, I wasn't getting what I want. Then I met Bob, studied with him, the audio, the video, and the lecture on self-image, including this book. And then I started to shift. Then I started to take my income from 1 time to 3 time, my investments from 1 time to 5 time, going on stages. So what it is that you want, right? I took that material and I studied it. And that's the thing, that stuff is available. So this is how you have to think of yourself, Where are your results now? And where do you want to go? And fall in love with it. So that's kind of my take on this chapter. It almost summarizes everything, the first 7 lessons that I usually coach. And, I just gave you 5 minutes of it. So let's